Well, I'll tell you this, that I find out where we're going to be going as Legacy 5 by going to Facebook. So if you don't follow us on Facebook, go follow us, and you'll know where we're going to be too. And you'll know that we were going to be in Michigan today, and y'all haven't heard about spring yet. So you would have known to pack a jacket.
Yeah.
So I was on Facebook looking to see where we were going, and I happened to notice that a few weeks later, there was this concert that said sold out. Some of y'all were impressed. I was really impressed by that. You know, it said, there's some empty seats in here. And I always tell people it's not like we're Taylor Swift running around selling out arenas. So to see sold out, I was like, wow, us? Wow. And then, a couple of weeks later, that date rolled around, and I'm not making this up, the church was about the size of one of these sections. So I was like, oh, sold out. Womp, womp, womp. I'm kidding. It was a fantastic, just a great night. We had so much fun there. Just a really, really fun night. But Scott was telling us about a similar kind of situation in the early days of Legacy 5 in the big city of Bogalusa, Louisiana. And he said they pulled up and the bus was bigger than the church building. And I think the pastor saw the dazed look in their eyes when they got off the bus and came out of the building saying, "Don't worry, it's bigger on the inside." And when he told that story, I heard that phrase, bigger on the inside, that the songwriter antenna went up, and I went, I wrote it down. Because, I thought it's always the American mega church that gets all the attention in the news. And I Googled this the other day, and you can trust everything you read on the internet. So this must be true. But Google said that the vast majority of churches in the U.S. are like 100 members and less. The overwhelming majority of churches in the U.S. Now, I don't know about you, but I've just got a soft spot in my heart for those places. I'm from a little town, and I love to see those little bitty churches. Because most of the time, it's a pastor who's just been there week in, week out, year after year, preaching the word, and sometimes that's only to 20, 30, 40 people. I love that. Love that kind of faithfulness. So I don't know how that pastor meant that phrase, bigger on the inside, but this is what I heard in my songwriter brain. I wrote this song.
Chestnut Street, that's where the salt of the earth in this town go to meet. If you're not looking for it, you'll probably drive
shows up in that tiny building there. So it must be bigger on the inside, 'cause it holds so much love. If you need a touch of grace in your life, it's got more than enough. And from the outside, it's just a little church, white sided, one story, kind of boring, no stained glass anywhere. But it must be bigger on the inside, 'cause all of heaven fits in there. I don't understand it, yeah, it's a mystery, but where two or three are gathered in His name, that's right where He will be. Yeah, from the outside, it's just a little bitty church, white-sided, one story, kind of boring, no stained glass anywhere. But it must be bigger on the inside, 'cause all of heaven fits in there.
Isn't that awesome song? We bless